Throughout my time in hypixel skyblock, I have accomplished quite a few things. I hit Kata 24 and unlocked Necron armor. I dropped the legendary Phoenix pet. Well, it was an epic Phoenix pet, but legendary in myth and stuff because it is, the rarest skyblock item in the game, or at least one of them. And I've also grinded way too much of the Spooky Festival. I mean, look at my island. It's in shambles. This is like a roof force island for the chestplate or something like that. I mean, it's just dead. There's another one over there because I broke the first crystal. You can see it up in the corner over there. It's just poking out. I mean, it's just like crazy. But by far my best accomplishment is my absurdly high Slayer levels. I've hit level 9 in the Revenant Horror Slayer, which is amazing. I mean, quite a few people have done it, but, it still feels nice to be one of them. I keep the Reaper gem in my inventory at all times as a constant reminder of my awesome. In addition to that, I even dropped my Warden Heart and crafted my Warden Helmet, and I also got an Overflux, which is also in my inventory at the moment, and hit Ender Slayer level 6 and got an Atom Split, which is not in my inventory at the moment. However, if you take a little look at my Slayers here, Revenant 9, amazing. Spider 6, no one asked. Wolf 7, pretty good. Void Gloom Seraph 6, acceptable. And then Blaze 3? Excuse me? I haven't even slain the tier 2 yet. That's pathetic. Come on, how could I be so disappointing, man? I gotta get better at that. So I have devised a new strategy on how I will do this. So if I go to my pets menu real fast, you'll see I have this pet called the Droplet Wisp pet, which is pretty cool. It gives me 71 health as stats, which is pretty nice. And its first perk, the Drop Hammer perk, lets me break Fire Pillar, which is incredibly useful. I really appreciate that you can do that. Its second perk, Bulwark, makes me more immune to blazes, which is very helpful as well because it makes me deal lots of damage. However, it does take an incredibly long time to level up, and the intervals of true defense you get is not incredible. And Blaze Slayer doesn't even really help me against the boss, just helps me spawn it faster, which is nice, but I'm trying to kill the boss here, not spawn it. So, But its upgrade, the Frost Wisp, is very good. Its stats are 250 health, 10 true defense, and 50 intelligence, which is significantly better than the Droplet Wisp's puny 100. And of course, Drop Hammer, which is incredibly useful, obviously. And Bulwark is the same. Blaze Slayer is just even better, which is a nice added bonus. And it gets a new perk called Extinguish, which allows me to heal 15% now and 4 seconds later by bathing in a pool on the Crimson Isle while in combat. And hint, hint, you're in combat when you're fighting the Inferno Demon Lord, which is very nice. And so I think the Frost Wisp is going to be much, much, much better than the Droplet Wisp. Only issue is that it requires the funny thing called the Wisp Upgrade Stone, and that requires 4 Inferno Vertexes, 16 Molten Powder, and this thing called a Kelvin Inverter, which I've seen at 4 million coins at one point, for some reason. Either way, it is not at all cheap, and that is why the lowest bid of this thing is 150 million coins. So I can't just go and buy one, because, well, I don't have that. So how am I supposed to get the Frostbust? There's really nothing I can do. I mean, I guess I just have to grind for 150 million coins. Or I could, hypothetically speaking, get them myself. That's right, everyone. The Inferno minions are back. They had a brief time in the spotlight a couple months ago during my weird Enderman hype train video, and now they are back and looking better than ever. As you can see down here, there are plenty, and I do mean plenty of Infernals just kind of chilling down here. And each one of those holds a juicy little piece of crude gabagool, which I will store down here. Problem. I cannot get the fabled vertexes if they don't have fuel. Like, well, literally all of them. I mean, look at this one. It doesn't have any fuel in it. It's pathetic. So, what am I supposed to do? Well, I need to, of course, gather myself some fuel. I've spent the past, 2 weeks just tirelessly mining coal in the Crystal Hollows. But Abria1, I can hear you asking, why haven't you shown us any of this? Well, you see, in order to mine, you must go over to a funny block and then press the leftmost button on your mouse a bunch of times. And it's not exactly the most interesting content, and obviously I only want the best on the Abrio1 channel, which is why you're getting to see a video of me literally getting gabagool for a bunch of time. Regardless, I do now have all the gabagool I need to make a hypergolic gabagool. So let's put it in the minion and see what happens. Hypergolic in the middle, 2 Inferno fuel blocks on the top, 3 gabagool
Hoobada
distillates,
hoobada.
3 more
Hoobada
gabagool
hoobada. Hoobada
distillates.
hoobada. Hoobada duck. What is it?
Inferno minion
Hoobada
fuel!
hoobada.
Haha! Now I
Oh
must
my
give it
gosh,
to the
guys!
gamer minion. Give you back your chest that
And
you so rightfully deserve. A lot of slots in it. Alright, I expect 1 of each rare hypergolic drop, please. The clip you just saw was from 24 hours ago, as I'm sure you could expect due to the gabagool farm not looking the way it does now and looking like the old gabagool farm. Regardless, the 1 hypergolic fuel that I put in got me plenty of interesting things. I got crude gabagool and some chili peppers. Yay! Notice how I didn't even mention the fact that I got the hypergolic ionized ceramics. Because I didn't. I don't even know how that's possible. It's a guaranteed item. It literally says so in the lore. How did I not get it? I don't understand. It's only 200k though, so I don't really care too much, but it is kind of very cringe. Regardless, I do need to try again, obviously, because that minion did get me plenty of gabagool, but it wasn't enough gabagool. So we shall get more gabagool now. Don't think I've said gabagool that many times in that short time period ever in my entire life. Alright, I've gone ahead and gathered all the materials to craft them. They're all right here. First took a little bit of a beating over there, but it's fine because I'll make all the money back dropping apexes. That's a joke. Anyways, Inferno Minion Fuel 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And now we put them into the minions. 24 hours remain, but there will not be an epic fade to black because the video is not over yet. Wait a minute, Abrio1. I thought you said you weren't gonna do mining this video. Yeah, actually, turns out I lied. We're gonna do a little bit of mining because, of course, I need plenty of money to get things, and the Crystal Hollows is definitely the best place to do that. So, away I go on my mining journey, and we shall see what happens. Oh, hey, we're here. The first thing I believe would be nice to do is maybe some commissions, because I have only done 2 daily commissions of my 4. So, 1,000 ruby gemstones in 3, 2, 1. And commission complete. 25 sludges or 13 goblins. Or jade crystal, but that's not happening. Finding the mines of Devon is rare enough, and if I find one, I'm just going to empty it of all the gold. Unless, of course, it has already been emptied by all the gold, in which case we move on. Well, it looks of things, it's gonna be the Sludge Slayer, so let me whap on my lion pet, which is going to be very useful since sludges are the most deadly of foes. 1. Now we wander in search of, maybe it's actually gonna be the goblins. 1 more. Yeah, looks like it's probably gonna be the goblins. Hopefully I can find one of those structures where they like spawn in mass quantities. Well, this is certainly one of those structures. Yes, indeed it is. Oh, yes, please. Give me all the goblins. And you are 13. Mission complete. I've slain your goblins. However, you will no longer give me the epic daily powder. And, I don't really feel like doing this myself. So, in we go. This time, we'll actually mine some mithril so I can craft the DRX 455 and then be able to mine the glorious topaz ore. And here it is now. Too bad I can't mine it. This is the magma field, and this is the mithril. So I shall see how much mithril I get, and now. And as I always say, since pure mining is not exactly the most interesting content, I shall swap to when I actually have a little bit of mithril to show for my efforts. So after a respectable sum of mining, I filled my sacks up once in a little bit, and I got this much mithril. 2 stacks. Not bad. Certainly not amazing, but, not horrible either. Definitely puts a little tiny dent in my mithril collection. Slowly and steadily, all this stuff will be transformed into my DRX 455, so I can get topaz mining and get rich. And hopefully then, I'll be able to craft the frost wisp and use it to kill blazes. But in the meantime, we have come to the end of the video. If you did enjoy my gabagool tutorial lesson that wasn't at all informative or tutorial-like, then be sure to like and subscribe. And I will see you guys next week, where perhaps I might even do an Enderman Slayer commentary. Go back to my roots. Check this overflux out a little bit more on screen, because I've been doing it quite a bit off camera, but quite a little bit on camera. But regardless, I will see you guys next video. Goodbye!